everyone. So today I wanted to share 3 things that I do on a daily basis that really helps me to keep my stress levels down. You can finally pre-order my book Joyful using the link in the description. I am so excited to share it with you all. It has everything from delicious plant-based recipes to education on how spices can heal your body, meditation tips, basically everything you need to make your life a little bit more joyful. So please go ahead and pre-order now, and I cannot wait for you to have it. This video is sponsored by the incredible YOGIC. If you watch my videos, then you will have heard me speak about adaptogens. They are plant extracts that help your body to adapt to stress. I was so excited to share this brand with you all because it is Ayurvedic herbs done right. There are just so many options out there now, but a lot of them have additives and they're low quality ingredients. YOGIC is a family business of 3 generations of Ayurvedic practitioners. The tablets are free from synthetic ingredients, colors, preservatives, coatings, or capsules. There is no plastic packaging, as you can see. It's a glass bottle with a wood lid, and keeping them in these glass bottles helps to preserve and maintain the integrity of the herbs. They have so many different adaptogens with different functions, but I want to highlight their ashwagandha because I feel like it's the one that people hear about the most and that I use myself. Ashwagandha is a herb that helps with anxiety and helps to regulate your cortisol levels, which are usually the hormones that are elevated when you are in a stressed mode. It also helps with your energy levels, your physical endurance, and the vitality in your body. It helps with focus and attention too, which is really useful for me. If you've been looking for an authentic brand with good quality adaptogens, you can check them out using the link in my caption, and you can use the code RADHI20 to get 20% off your order. Definitely check them out. This is a brand that I'm extremely enthusiastic about, and I really appreciate everything they have done to maintain the integrity and quality of the ingredients. The way the world is at the moment, and especially how busy our lives get, we learn to live in a stressful state every single day. Like, we don't even realize that we are living in a stressful state because it's become so normal to our bodies. I wanted to share it because I feel like I have struggled with this for a while now, where I end up getting really overwhelmed and quite stressed out, and then I get to a point where I just need to hide myself in a room and not speak to anybody. But to prevent yourself getting to that burnout stage, there are a few things that you could try that I have and that have really helped me. So the first breath work that I want to share with you guys is called ANULUM VILOM. It translates to alternate nostril breathing. And it's said that our nostrils are connected to different parts of our brain. So your left nostril is connected to the right part of your brain, and your right nostril is connected to the left part of your brain. I'll let you connect the dots in your mind. When our left and our right brain are imbalanced, it can also cause, when there's any kind of imbalance in our body, we feel a lot more stressed. Our body feels stressed. And so sometimes you'll go through your day where you're feeling a lot more left brain. That is when you are really logical, you're being more strategic, you have to get things done. And then the right brain, or the right side of your brain, is for your creativity. And so often we have to swap from being left brain to right brain, almost in a matter of moments, depending on what your job is. And so this breath work really helps you to rebalance both parts of your brain. And so it helps you just see more clearly, essentially. So the way that it goes is you put your 2 fingers on your forehead, and then move your hair out the way. You put your 2 fingers on your forehead, and then you use your thumb on one side, and you use your ring finger on the other nostril. And when you block one side, you take a deep breath in through one nostril. You block it as you take your breath in, and you hold it at the top, and then you release through the other nostril. And then again, you breathe in through the left nostril, hold it at the top, and release through your right nostril. And ideally, what you'll find is when you're going through those breaths, you find your breath getting deeper and deeper. And also you find your breath getting slower and slower. And naturally, it helps to rebalance your mind. It brings more oxygen into your body. I mean, all breath work, the aim of it is really to bring more oxygen into your body. We all breathe throughout the day quite shallow breath. Usually, if you'll notice, your breath probably doesn't get past your chest. Really, when you're taking deep breaths, you should be feeling the air traveling through your nose, down your throat, past your chest, into your stomach, and sometimes even feel it, going through your entire body. And so this will really help to rebalance that. The second breath work that I wanted to share is so simple. It's called the full yogic breath. And it's exactly what I was just saying before. Taking that deep breath that you feel traveling through your entire body. Now I'm going to show you what that feels like. And what you should try to do is increase the seconds that you're able to breathe in and breathe out in each breath. And in between, you take a slight hold to allow the oxygen to circulate through your body. So let me show you. When you start practicing this breath work, put your hand on your stomach so you can feel the air going in and out. And you should really see your stomach moving in and out as you're breathing. So let's start off with taking a deep breath in. And out. And you'll notice that when you are taking those breaths in, you should see your stomach is the last thing to expand. And as you take a deep breath out, you release it from your stomach, up through your chest and out through your mouth. And as you do that, just by the way, you should also be thinking about counts. So you can start off, let's say you find deep breathing really difficult. Start off with 3 counts at a time. So take 3 counts in, 3 counts out. And then increase 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. You will notice your lung capacity expand when you do these breath works as well. And this one honestly just helps you to become more present. For me, whenever I have to go into meetings that I'm afraid of, or whenever I have to go to events that I'm really nervous to go into, or have to go into big crowded rooms, whatever it is that makes me feel a little bit anxious, as soon as I feel my mind getting into that state, I use my breath to control my whole body and my emotions. And in Ayurveda, it talks about how your breath is the anchor between your mind and your body. And usually when we lose presence in the moment, it's when our body is in one place, but our mind has traveled somewhere completely different. And so to reset, to bring yourself back into the moment, you can use your breath as your anchor to do that. And so this one, again, will just help you to slow down your body and to become more present in the moment. Anxiety usually comes when we're thinking about what's happened in the past or when we're worrying about what's happened in the future. And so allowing yourself to come out of both of those spaces and back into the present moment should take away a lot of those thoughts that are coming into your mind. And then the third breath work, it's not really a breath work, it's more of a meditation practice, I guess. So my mom actually does this every single morning and I've watched her do it. Even just hearing it when she's doing it brings me a lot of calm. So essentially I think it's called the humming meditation. So you have to block your ears and then you also put your hands on your eyes and it's called hummingbird because you basically hum while you're doing it. And so you're making a humming sound as you're doing it and the sound vibration travels through your whole body. And apparently this specific note that you hear or the sound that you make helps to soothe and calm your nervous system. Sound is so important. We don't realize how much sound actually impacts us. And so these sound vibrations, you're essentially trapping them inside of your body and you're allowing them to vibrate through your entire body. And so it's said that it almost acts as a sound hug for all your nerves going throughout that are traveling through from your brain all the way to your feet. So let me show you how that's done. So you block your ears. Put your hands over your eyes and you do and you keep your, oh wow, that was amazing. And you keep your hands over your eyes and your hands over your ears until you feel the vibration come to a still. And you'll notice it goes on for ages. Mine's still going. That's why my eyes still feel a bit fuzzy because the vibration was going throughout my body. But if you do that a couple of times, like honestly, even just coming out of that, it felt like, I don't know how to explain it. You have to try it to actually experience it, but it really does just suddenly make your shoulders go down. Your whole body loosens up. So that's the third one that I wanted to share with you all. And by the way, with all of these breath works, see how you feel. You don't have to you can set a time limit for yourself. You can say, you know what, every single day, I'm going to do this for 5 minutes. Or you could start using it just as when you get thirsty, you go to drink some water. In the same way, when you feel those, we all have symptoms that we get from our anxiety. Like whenever you feel your body getting into stress or getting anxious, your body always has a physical response. And so when you start recognizing and tuning into your body, I know for me, my face starts going red. I start fidgeting. Like I saw this video of me going onto stage. I have this habit of like kind of twitching my leg or tapping my foot on the floor. And I have no idea that I'm doing it. That's my body's sign saying that I'm feeling uncomfortable. And so notice those signs. As soon as you see them coming along, you can use this as almost like your remedy. And they're so powerful and so wonderful. The last thing I wanted to share is that physical touch is something that's so important when our nerves feel a little bit uneasy. And so whether it is going and getting a hug from someone, or whether it's just sitting during your meditation and putting your arms around yourself. And even though that might sound really weird, it actually should be such a normal thing for us to do. Like whenever you're feeling upset, if you're by yourself, if you don't have anybody to go to at the time, allow your own hands to soothe you and to tell you that you are okay. So during these meditations, if it feels comfortable, like really hold yourself in, whether it's holding onto your arms, whether it's your belly, whether it's even your legs. It's such a beautiful way to reconnect with yourself, but also to learn how to self-soothe. And I think that that's also really important. We can't always turn to somebody else to help solve our anxiety or help solve our problems or to make us feel better. Sometimes even going to other people doesn't make us feel better. It has to be something we do for ourselves as well. And so yeah, give yourself a really big hug and see if that helps when your nerves feel a little bit uneasy. Okay, so the second thing I wanted to share that I've been taking for quite a few years now, they are adaptogens. Now, if you haven't heard of adaptogens or you don't know what they are, adaptogens are plant extracts or plant compounds that actually help your body to adapt to stress. The one that is most potent and most applicable when it comes to stress is called ashwagandha. It is a herb that has lots of research done behind it, and it's shown to help with your cortisol levels. Now, cortisol is the hormone in your body that is raised whenever you go into a stress response. So it comes in many different forms. You can get it in powder form where you can add it into some water and take it, or you can get it in tablet forms, which usually ends up being, or capsules, which ends up being a little bit easier, just like you would take your vitamins, or vitamins as we say in London. But honestly, they are just so great. I really have started exploring natural ways to be able to heal my body or prevent things in my body. And I think that the more that we learn about things like adaptogens that are just available, like readily available in nature, that can help to heal our body, the better it is for us and the less we have to use man-made synthetic things. By the way, the things which are natural, let me just put that out there, the things that are natural take time. Just like the best things in life don't come for free, right? We have to invest time into something, and when you're consistent with things, that's when it has effect. And in the same way with ashwagandha, when you're taking it, it can take up to 2 months for you to actually see effect. Some people see the effect way before that, or sometimes it takes even more months depending on how stressed your body actually is. But be consistent with it. There are different dosages that you can take, but it's recommended to take, you can split the dosage and have some in the morning and some in the evening. Having it in the morning helps your body to adapt to stress throughout the day, but then taking it at night allows your body to rest and really rejuvenate overnight. And so I like to split the dosage between the two. So whatever version you end up getting for yourself, if it says 2 tablets, take 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. There's so much information and so many different brands that you can take. I shared one of my favorite brands at the beginning of this video. I really appreciate them because they are just so pure in their ingredients. And I think that's what you really have to look out for. There are so many, sometimes as soon as something becomes very popular, you find all these brands doing it. But then when you look at the ingredients, there's lots of fillers or starches, and the quality of them can be questionable. And so look for something which is just pure that. Like if you can find the powder, then use that. But try and avoid things which look like they have too many ingredients in there, because all you're really looking for is the ashwagandha. I love ashwagandha so much that we actually ended up putting it into our drink, Junie. It's sparkling tea that has adaptogens and nootropics. So it's got nootropics, again, are something else that actually help with your mental focus and abilities. And so we have green tea, ashwagandha, lion's mane, reishi mushroom, and acerola, I never say that right, but acerola cherry. All of them help not only to elevate your mood, to reduce your stress levels, but also to help focus your mind. And adaptogens are the way to go. Yum. The third thing that I wanted to share with you is scheduling your rest time. Now, by rest time, I don't mean sleep, and I don't mean even sitting in front of the TV or sitting in front of a screen. By rest, I mean actually taking time where your mind is switched off, your body is switched off, and whether that's meditation, whether that is sitting in silence with yourself, whether that is reading, journaling, all of those moments make such a difference to your body, because usually when we're sitting and we're watching something, it triggers our mind to think of other things that we're stressed of. You look at something that's scary, your mind feels anxious. You watch something that, I don't know, is sad or that reminds you of something in your own life, and that can trigger a stress response. Trying to strip everything away and schedule rest time in mind and body with yourself. And that could even be just taking a bath. That could be going to get a massage. There's so many different ways that we can rest instead of doing the things that make our mind numb or that can also be stimulating to us. So schedule that time for yourself. And that could be throughout the day, by the way. You could decide every 2 hours when I'm sitting at my desk, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna take a walk around and I'm gonna notice the things around me. I'm gonna go outside in nature. I'm gonna take deep breaths outside. But rest can also include taking time to think about the thoughts that are creating the stress response. So think about your day. When you get to the end of your day, look back and reflect and think, what were the things throughout my day that caused a stress response in my body? So what were the thoughts that I thought? What were the situations that I went into that caused me to feel stressed? What were the conversations that I had that stressed me out? And becoming more aware of those stressful situations or those thoughts that occur, notice which ones are repeated. And then you have the ability to recognize, and if you recognize, you have something that you can solve. Usually we go through our day and we don't even notice what is triggering us. A big part of actually creating a solution is figuring out what the problem actually is. So go through your day, write it in your journal, think about it when you're just falling asleep, whatever you want to do, just have that time of reflection, because that way you can get to the next day and notice that, you know what, maybe I don't want to go and talk to that person for an hour. Maybe I don't want to call my friend who gossips so much and stresses me out. Maybe when I go to work today, every hour I'm going to stand up and I'm going to take a break because sitting in front of a screen for 3 hours really stresses my body out. Whatever it is, just recognize it so you can also come up with a solution for it and maybe try and reduce those things that cause your body to have a stress response. So those were 3 simple, easy things that you could try to reduce the stress that you have in your life, or at least help to manage it. We may not be able to reduce the stress. Stress comes, it's part and parcel of life, but it's about how we receive it and how we manage it. And hopefully these 3 things can really help you to do that. They're really practical as well, and easy to implement into your life. Another thing that I really recommend is sometimes you just need to be really cocooned and just take a little sleep. So tuck yourself in like a little caterpillar. And just snuggle up without your phone and just have a little nap time. Nap times make everything better. Thanks for watching. Night.